Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast with me, Matt. We have a 2v2 for you all here on the Fields of Wien and Kendong, which is a vanilla Courtiers 2 map. It's some front battle today. Let's go through the players. Representing the Soviet Union, we have Muro without a commander choice, and Chems without a commander choice. So far, they'll probably pick something later. Representing the Axis, we have Stockholm-Olvi, the developer of Spearhead 2 at the moment. Going straight off for Panzer Tactics for the Waffen-SS with some Hitler Youth units coming out the gate here. Actually, mostly just Hitler Youth. They are cheaper infantry you can get if you're playing as SS Panzer. Representing the Wehrmacht, we have Wies going straight at the gate for Like the Division. For the Wehrmacht, going for double Volksgrenadier. So it looks like they're just going to try and get to the field quickly and secure as much as they can. Makes sense. Hitler Youth are a cheaper option if you're playing as Panzer, as I said, so they can help the SS get some ground. Meanwhile, we still have no commander choice yet from the Soviets. Just conscripts streaming onto the battlefield for now. Pretty basic Soviet opening if you want to go for lots of map control. Kubelwang and MG42 are arriving for the Panzer Division. For the Waffen-SS. Who I think those Stavs might be in trouble. Don't want to engage with Sturm Pioneers that easily, but now they do have heavy cover there, so the Sturm Pioneers might be in trouble in a prolonged engagement. It looks like the medium cover of the crater is providing well enough for the Sturm Pioneers for now, but they're pulling back. Don't want to stay prolonged engagement there. Not losing a single model, so that's good for them. Well, the Soviets are making it to the other field point here. So the Soviets are reaching both field points. They're just overwhelming with units. Oh, we have a commander choice here for Chems. Looks like it's artillery division. That's a pretty good one. Let's see how that turns out. Pioneers and Volksgrenadiers are going to have to engage with the Soviets here shortly. Meanwhile, the Waffen-SS with the Hitler Youth is trying to push up here. Just going for tons of Hitler Youth units by the looks of it. So going for cheaper infantry. Probably going to rely on Panzer Grenadiers later on. Hitler Youth are pretty decent, despite being 240. Like, they're not bad at all. They can do a lot of good work if you use them. And you don't need Sturm Grenadiers at all if you're playing as Panzer. You can just rely on the Hitler Youth to do all the work for you. They're rushing up here quick. We have some Fontoviki in the field, some professional Soviet troops. Definitely will do better than conscripts will, but they are kind of outmaneuvered here. Retreating might have been the wise choice, but that cool Wagner is still going to get a few kills. They had to reload though. Find the Fontoviki time. The Soviets do hold the northern front here with lots of the conscripts digging in. We have a Maxim arriving here for artillery. You can actually upgrade them with 3 extra men if you're playing as artillery division for the Soviets, which is pretty handy for all your weapon teams. I rarely see it done though, because the weapon can get destroyed and that kind of renders it mute. Or moot, I think they were just moot. Ooh, triple Volksgrenadier, that's a lot of Volks. Volks. You need to pronounce it with an F. I always need to remember that. That's the problem of me not being a German speaker. Like, I'm Danish, I live next to Germany, but I don't speak German well at all. Maxim sitting up there. I'm not sure that's a side blocker, but looks like it might function somewhat. We'll have an engagement down here with the Soviets moving up around this little building. Maxim arriving. That'll definitely provide some advantage. Hitler Youth for being pinned very fast. Kubelwagen providing some suppressive fire. Maxim fighting the center. Volksgrenadiers might be in a little bit of a problem here. The Stuka Registad providing a lot of cover for the conscripts. Yeah, Germans are pulling back further away. They want to stay at a distance. But the Kubelwagen is providing a good amount of support fire here for the Hitler Youth. MT-34 arriving. Maxim is able to shoot at the center now. MT-34 setting up. That'll be a problem for the Soviets. Yep, suppressing those conscripts. Full retreat from the Soviet troops. Some Fontoviki arriving here, being armed with the DPM. The Soviet light machine gun of choice of the war. Known as the record player because of its weird shaped magazine on the top. Actually not a bad machine gun to my understanding. Also DPM arm Fontoviki down here. Oh, looks like Muro has gone for tank division. Tank and artillery versus Leichte and Panzer. MP40Is are being equipped here on the Storm Pioneers. MP40I basically a MP40 which has a second magazine attached, so it has 64 bullets instead of 32 bullets. Pretty handy. Can actually suppress, I believe. But they got suppressed themselves there. They even have a tank on the here to try and deal with the Kugelwagen. MP4 is being equipped there on the Hitler Youth. Oh, looks like the Kugelwagen went down. Grenade going out. Oh, good grenade destroying the Maxim there. And the MP40s will help the Hitler Youth here, but the Sappers moving into flank. Hitler Youth probably has to get out there. Oh, they got killed. The MT-34 is getting a lot of kills here, but the conscripts are going to flank. That's forcing the oh, mines! There was a mine there. Very nice choice from the Germans. Helped hold their front line. But the Soviets are moving into the center again here. Well, the MP40 armed the Pioneer is actually suppressed thanks to the MP40I. Very nice. More MP4s being handed out to the Hitler Youth. Oh, that one conscript is getting too close. Oh, not good for the Sturm Pioneers. But the Hitler Youth are almost operational here. HQ is being established, so they cannot be enforced yet until it's fully up. They can heal though. But MP40s will definitely improve the firepower of these squads. MP34 trying to hold the Soviets here. Not looking good here. You have some Strafniki officers are called in, which is a unique assault infantry available to artillery. Essentially, they are disgraced officers, I believe, equipped for special operations. Good grenade there. Forcing the Soviets to get back. Lots of Maxims still everywhere. Well, folks Grenadiers trying to get in positions. And the Maxim is back here to suppress them. And the Russians are about to overrun this Hitler Youth squad. There's tons of Soviets on the field. We even have some Soviet assault guards called in from the tank division. Have already been equipped with full PPSH loadouts with the stick magazine. So these guys are very deadly. That's a lot of submachine guns. If they run into the MT-34, though, they might be in trouble. Double first SS Panzergrenadiers called in as I predicted. Serve as the elite infantry of the Waffen-SS today, rather than Sturm Grenadiers. Oh, smoke grenade. Ooh, that might be a problem here for the MT-34. Because I think the Russians know where it is. Yeah, a grenade is holding. Yeah, that MT-34 is probably dead. Oh, the Herbie saved it for a while, but now the PPSH is open up. Blowing them down. So it's a taking loss on the other flank here. E-70 arriving for the artillery division. Also some Panzergrenadiers arriving for the Leichte Division. So the Soviets are definitely being a threat across the entire front. T-60 arriving for the tank division for the Soviets. Scopes don't give us being handed out to the Panzergrenadier. That's going to help the long-range engagements. Maxim is still holding up the center here for the Soviet Union. E-70 moving up. Probably not the best choice against infantry, but it'll do okay. Yeah, as long as it stays at range. It's being used as an anti-tank unit, I think. You never know. Ooh, we do have the Panzergrenadiers, so they might be able to Panzerfaust it. Yeah, that's a T-70. T-60 though is going to be a different threat entirely because it's armed with an autocannon instead. That's actually good against infantry. Panzergrenadiers moving up here with the Gewehr 43s. Giving them a good bit of firepower across all ranges. Yeah, 43 is really underutilized. It's actually a really good upgrade. It's also fairly cheap. Like a lot of extra firepower from a few semi-automatic rifles. Who Molotov and the Focus Grenadiers killing them.
We are losing Soldaten.
70s creeping up alongside the conscripts. First SS is trying to get into position to flank. The Sturmgewehrs will definitely cut through the Soviet conscripts. Holy shit, look at that. Health just dropped so rapidly. But a T-60 is going to be a problem. Panzerfaust though.
105mm artillery barrages are available at your convenience.
There's no window there. So I think the Germans actually got out of that engagement pretty well. Don't underestimate the first SS Panzer Grenadiers, they're really potent. And the Light Division was trying to break through there. But we do a lot of the specialized Strafniki here, equipped with a lot of specialized equipment. Including the Maxim Tokarev. And also the Browning, so they have the Polish form of the BAR. That's a lot of unique equipment here. You know, the Panzer Grenadiers keep trying to push a BAR. Oh! Using a Panzerfaust on the Maxim. I think no, it's an assist gun actually. I completely missed what was going on down there. But the Germans are forced to pull back for now to heal up. Pack 38 arriving. We also have some MP40s equipped on these Panzer Grenadiers. But I think this Maxim Descender is just holding them back way too well. Rifle grenade. Only kill one guy. Forward HQ-17 by the Soviets. An interesting position, but it does deny it to the Germans. Tap us with the DPM flanking here. Oh, but we do have the Sturm Pioneers coming up here with the MP40Is. That's good. Are actually winning out in the center here somehow. I guess they're just more resilient in the end, thanks to heavy cover. Panzer's rushing up to replace them.
Ready for combat.
And this place booby trapped. If they step on it, they will probably lose a guy. Now they're pulling somewhere else. Building goes down into the grades. Assault guards are throwing war grenades. MG42 trying to set up here. Very potent machine gun for the Germans. But the assault guards are going to flank. But there's a lot of Panzer Grenadiers here. There's too many Sturmgewehrs and automatic weaponry. But the MT-44 is stolen by the Soviets. But there's too much firepower coming their way now from the MT-42. Propaganda artillery landing overhead. Now the center, we have the Soviets trying to push it with the Strafniki and some conscripts. Post Grenadiers are trying their best to hold, but it might not last for long. There's T-34 supporting them and everything. Conscripts have picked up a BAR. No, that's SVTs they've equipped with. Really good upgrade. They're going in on the Strafniki. Didn't kill all of them. Thanks to the heavy cover. Well, the fact that with the Panzer Grenadiers having to figure out what to do there. Grenade assault going into the building. And then the incendiary grenade trying to set the building aflame. As if the building gets aflame, it's the... Oh, Panzer Grenadiers goes down. Defensive loss doesn't... And the building goes up in flames, so that's not going to work anymore for the Soviets. Soviet officers also arrived, I can miss that. From the front line. Wehrmacht has no officers. New double Panzer Grenadiers though. Not a replacement Panzer Grenadiers coming up for the Waffen SS. They lost both of them. That's a costly loss. Hitler Youth so far showing up the front line alongside the Sturm Pioneers. USA is being equipped on the Soviet officer. Also have a tank hunter waiting there. T-34 is being repaired by the Soviet artillery division. They're about to get a second T-34. They're actually getting tanks before the tank commander does, which Can happen. It's pretty normal in Soviet games. You can take up differently. We also have a lieutenant arriving now for the Soviet artillery division. Panzergrenadiers trying to move up here with the MP40s. They run in straight into these Strafniki soon if they keep moving that way. Using a rifle grenade. Pretty good one at that. Probably not an engagement I want to be in. That's a lot of SVTs. And I think the Soviets will just be better in close range due to the extra rifles they have. We're Molotov on the retreat path. Oh, Panzergrenadiers down. Thompson's being equipped here on the Volksgrenadiers. And a weapon you actually see a lot on the German side, I'm pretty sure. Hitler, you're flanking around here. That tank hunter might be dead. It looks like it. Demo charge planted here by the Germans. Panzergrenadiers have not been equipped with any extra weapons here. Oh, there's some medic packs. See, I missed that. Explosive shield missed. Trying to use the Panzerfaust on the Sis, but they're pulling the Sis back. T-54s are breaking through the Volksgrenadiers. Ball for the German flank is not doing too hard. And the machine gun will not do anything to the T-34. Pack down. Mortar's probably gonna have to pull back. Yeah, quicker time to get out of there, but I think the machine guns might kill them. Oh, they might be lucky. Panzer 4H is... That's a Panzer 4G, actually. And that's the G, okay. Oh, the G can switch between high explosive and armor piercing. That's the unique thing to Leiter, I think, which makes Leiter pretty powerful. Hitler Youth are probably being pushed back shortly when the assault guards come around the flank again. They have a lot of PPSHs on them after all. But the MT-42 is trying to get into a position. But the Soviets have secured much of the northern part of the flank now. Smoke grenade going out there to cover the guards' fallback or retreat. Ooh, the Germans are definitely not having it in the best position at the moment. But they do have the Panzer 4G now. Will that be enough to deal with two T-34s is the question. Now, there are only T-34-76s, but the G is not that armored, I believe. A-40. It's actually pretty decent. But it doesn't have the side skirts. Like the H or the J can be upgraded. Oh, good shot, though. Very good shot. They can switch to explosive shields if you want to deal with infantry, but I think it's mostly there to deal with tanks at the moment. Volksgrenadiers and Panzergrenadiers working alongside it. Oh, Panzergrenadiers have been gone with Gewehr 43s and MP40s. That's a pretty good combination, I feel. People tend to always just go for the MKB 42 on them. But I think the MP40s and Gewehr 43s working together is actually a pretty good combination. KV-8 arriving for the Soviet tanks, and they're also the T-45As. That's KV-8. Yeah, that's KV-8. So I think that the Hitler Youth position and the Waffen SS is going to get burned to hell. Unless they can get something to stop a KV-8. So it's trying to make a push for the field on here again. Going some smoke grenades, and artillery being prepared by the Soviet officer. Soviet artillery is very potent, by the way. But it requires the officer to have a direct line of sight. Some ranging shots come in first, as is common with Soviet artillery strikes. And then once that bar is full, like that, a big barrage should arrive here. Yep. Lots of shells, as you can see. That's just the officers, that's just mortars. Even 45As can actually capture, by the way, so pretty potent. Panzer 4G is trying to push up slowly on these Soviet positions. Should have been called by the lieutenant, but he's been suppressed and pinned. Oh, good shot from the T-34. But the Soviets are definitely bringing a lot of hurt to the table now. But here's the KV-8. If the Germans don't have anything to stop that, they are getting a Tiger actually. The Tiger could do it. Actually, the Tiger can definitely do it. It's only a KV-8. That said, that flamethrower will definitely be a lot of trouble for the current German front line. Yeah, those Panzergrenadiers are gonna die. Pack has to be very cautious. They're dealing with a T-3045 and a KV-8 shortly. Oh, they got an ammo rack on the T-3045. Exactly what they needed. That's for G's being repaired. They're also getting a Panzer IV F8. I'm supposed to load it on these Panzergrenadier. Force them back. Always be cautious of a critical hitting you like ammo racks. There's a lot of chaos going on in the battlefield. Nothing can be predictable. Like a plan never survives the encounter with the enemy, as one would say. Look, F8 there arriving. And here's the Tiger tank for the Waffen-SS. That'll definitely be a problem for the Soviet tanks. KV-8 has to be cautious. The pack... Oh, good penetration from the pack, but under a lot of damage. First is still preparing their tanks up here. You know, the light division is preparing themselves as well. Hitler Youth is pushing up slowly with the MP40s. Also have the Storm Pioneers. And here's the Tiger tank. Oh, I'm not sure what that KV-8 is doing. No penetration for that shot. Soviet Capitan arriving. Soviet Overwatch artillery called in, so the Germans have to pull back. We don't want to stay in Soviet territory, well that's Overwatch artillery is activated. As random rockets will start landing. It's gonna give the Soviets some time though. More fuel being airdropped to the Soviet base. And also munitions drops going on, I believe, because the Soviet has artillery, so if they have a munitions point, they can just airdrop in supplies there. Once that Soviet Overwatch is done, the Germans could probably move in again. Getting another... This is a Pack 4 now instead of a Pack 38. T-34 is trying to push up here. So the Germans are... Not sure if the Germans can hold this off. It depends how the F8 and T does. Oh, that's not good for the Germans. E down. Looks like we have a bug. Well, not really a bug, but a glitch with the T-34 thing facing through each other. One T-34 might go down though. Oh, looks like the T-34 as well. We'll get out of there actually. Looks like the Soviets win that engagement. Oh, watch rockets going in. But the Germans will be able to decapture it. That will prevent the rocket artillery. Capitan trying to rush in there. Keep it under Soviet control, but I think it's too late. Now the Tiger tank can move up without anything that can threaten it. KV-8 trying to flank up here, but close enough to the pack. There's another pack though immobilizing. That pack is... So that KV-8 is down. There we go. That's just the Tiger tank holding here. Expose on the lieutenant. Cancelled it. More fuel airdrops going in for the Soviets. Looks like they are gearing up for heavy tanks. They can get the IS-2, which can fight German heavy tanks frontally. I believe the IS-2 is like the best heavy tank in the game, technically. Theoretically, that is. It can definitely fight the Tigers and King Tigers frontally if it wants. Which very few tanks can do. Stormhigh is rushing up here. Assault going in to try and intercept. Germans dodge it. Panzer is trying to secure the point here. Tiger tank move up to support. The good high was then from the Mthis gun, almost stopping the Panzer Grenadier. So the Germans will secure it this time. No, they're being pushed around. High explosive loaded by the Tiger. Getting penetrated. 180 gun down now. Ooh, second penetration. Forcing the Tigers to pull back for repairs. Double T-54s have been improved with improvised armor. Giving them more health, apparently. Huh. But they move a little bit slow, probably because they are meant to like have their sandbags and everything else they can find on top of it. Which unfortunately cannot be visibly shown because they have limited modeling capabilities for modding in Coming Heroes 2. I actually don't think they can add models at all. Or change models. Well, change how the models look. Hansky is trying to get behind this little shed. Tiger tank is trying to be repaired there. The T-54 is preparing to move out. T-54 is being used as an artillery piece, which, yes, you can actually do with them. They can actually be used as an artillery gun. So it's having a lot of multi-purpose stuff, basically. Kind of how they designed this faction. That's what you might be in trouble here. Nope, no, not in this engagement by the looks of it. Oh, T-54 will get out of there by the looks of it. AK-42 stationed there and ready. Lots of Hitler Youth has been called in. Tiger tank is still getting repaired thanks to the truck now. Setting up basically a repair station here behind the ruined building. Well, the Sturmpioneers are scavenging the wrecks, getting some more supplies for the Germans. And that is an IS-2. We're going to see an IS-2, everyone. A heavy tank of the Soviet Union. Well, the premier heavy tank of the Soviet Union, everyone. Is that a B4? Ooh, I feel very sorry for the German defense soon. It's about to get a meeting with Stalin's sledgehammer, which can pulverize anything if it hits. You need to have vision at the target though before you can use the artillery strike. You can't just blind fire it. Ooh, Syscon got a good penetration there on the Tiger. Tiger tank is still surviving though. And here's the IS-2. Which was gonna make the Tiger have a little bit of a surprise, I feel. It's not gonna be the best tank on the field anymore. Panzer IV is trying to make a push up the road, it looks like, or at least scouting ahead, probing. But the B4 is operational. It's all going in from the guards, not gonna hit much. Grenade going out from the Hitler Youth. And Panzer Grenadiers chased them off with the Sturmgewehr. Well, here's the IS-2. A Panzerfaust can still be a danger to the IS-2. So it needs infantry support, which they are getting. They are getting some guards to do it. You only want your assault guards to work alongside the IS-2. It's not like high explosive shell. Probably aimed here. Oh yeah, that's a pretty good shot. Almost killed the squad. E4 is ready to fire. Here it goes. Let's see where it hits. Oh, almost killed the German infantry entirely though. Even with a miss. IS-2 has to be cautious still as it moves. Looks like it's being relocated for a bit, but nope, one German tank goes down. That's just been very effective, and now the T-34 is moving in. Ooh, immobilized by the B4. T-34 is going in for the kill. Good shot from the G, and there's also a pack on the flank. Another good shot. Ooh, that B4 still almost killing it. Will the Panzer IV survive is the question. Ooh, T4 gets too close. Going to get around the flank, but the pack saves it. But then the Sys takes it out. The IS-2 lost his driver. Is right now getting injured by something. Oh, this Panzerjäger. He can upgrade with a Panzerschreck. Ooh, Panzerschreck did not hit. Double Panzerschrecks have been prepared. Needs to be cautious against this IS still. It's not an easy tank to come up against. You've heard the 485 Ace on the field as well again. Explosive shell loaded. Probably aiming for the Panzerjägers. Ooh, that's a dangerous shot. The artillery division is still just hanging around for now. They lost both the T-34, so they need something else. IS-2 still waiting to get a way in. Probably needs more infantry support than what he currently has. I don't know that the infantry is trying their best, it's just there's still too much resistance. Now the Tiger tank moves up. IS-2 is going to move in for the kill. Very risky maneuver, but the IS-2 is a good tank for it. No penetration this time. There's a lot of packs being prepared. 3 packs now. 1 penetration. All they need is 1 shot to be lucky and immobilize it. The Soviets on the other flank is getting a normal howitzer now, the 122mm. Which will definitely still just be a lot of issues for the Germans to deal with. Maximum still prevents the Germans from taking the point. We're still not getting any armor from the artillery division at the moment. I guess that makes sense. They don't need it right now. But Germans are slowly pushing up again. The IS-2 needs its repairs. Tiger tank moves up here. We have a command Panther in the field. Always a good choice. The Panther is a very good and well-rounded tank. Probably one of the best medium tanks in the game. If not the best medium tank. Artillery, repair station set up here with the truck. Trying to repair both the IS-2 and the T-45 Ace. And the guard teams are definitely not having a good time. For SVT, armed conscripts are trying to secure this point. They can apparently arm with stolen MP40s if they're playing as artillery. They need to be veteran to 2. That's an intriguing one. I don't think I've ever seen conscripts arm with it. EPM on the field there. Artillery guns were inadequate with some extra crew to decrease their reload times. Which is always a pretty handy one. Which just means a few more rifles if they do get attacked by infantry. That feels the rifles always helps. IS-2 is operational again. Now the question is, what will it do? Is it gonna go for the command panther? So it is! No penetration, and they got penetrated in return. Didn't do a lot of damage to it though. More Folks Grenadiers are trying to die in the center here. Panzer Grenadiers with some Grenadier support. Grenadiers have been equipped with MG42s. Artillery being utilized here. This is a 22mm. 122mm. Garth is trying to make weird push there. I'm not sure that will help at all.
More of our troops have been lost.
Transport G being repaired by the Light Division again. So the artillery is definitely starting to make its presence felt. But the SS Panzer Division is slowly breaking... Oh, good shot there from the IS-2, almost killing the Tiger. Can be equipped with a spotting scope now. To make it a lot more lethal. Artillery landing in from the Soviet Union. Pretty heavy artillery. Oh, very good artillery there from the Capitan. Oh, IS-2 is getting very close here. Shaped charge being loaded on the Pak 38. Good penetration. Okay, take down in return. Panther going in for the kill. No penetration. Okay, it's very hard to pin an IS-2 frontally. Who would have guessed? The 5A's going for long range shot. No penetration. G fighting in the center here. And they probably safely switch to high explosives when they're fighting the artillery division, but they don't know that. They don't know there's no tanks to counter them. IS-2 is being repaired again. 85 aces securing this point. Oh, high explosive emitter by the under G. Definitely a very good weapon choice. Proper choice. Panzerwerfer arriving for the Light Division shortly. Rocket artillery on a mobile half-track platform. Ooh, and here comes the Panzer Grenadiers and the Volks Grenadiers. The Soviets don't max them anymore here. There's still a lot of machine guns though. IS-2 is making a drive up. Let's be cautious. Sis got a good shot on the G, forcing it back. That's the B4 firing. That's definitely going to force the Germans to run back for a little bit. Such a big gun. Speaking of big guns, IS-2. Oh, loading for the Panther, I think he was trying to. Oh, good Panzer strike shot. Germans are just waiting for the opportune moment to get in and attack the IS-2. Soviets still have a lot of resource to work with, however. Second IS-2 being repaired, oh god. We're gonna have an IS-2 battle group. The Germans have realized they have to act quickly and are pushing up with their tanks. It says CSU down, I think it's called. Like a truck. So now the Soviets have no way of repairing their armor at the moment. IS-2 needs to be very careful here. But it's trying to go for a shot on the Tiger, it feels like. Good shot on the Panther though from the 85. No pen on the Tiger. Probably does they have all the upgrades? No, you actually need to get some of these upgrades, like as an example. Like the propellant is a very good one to get. Panzer forming fire. Aiming for this next Soviet howitzer. Didn't take it out though. Because the foot's being repaired by the SS Panzers. One house is set to counter artillery. Yeah, so it's aiming for the Panzer for now. We slowly turn this into some kind of a tank battle. Somewhat. Defense being laid here by the Panzer Grenadier. More artillery being called by the Soviet Union. Looks like it's going to be the Capitan. Some ranging shells going in. That's just how Soviet artillery strikes work. Just lots of shells. But it's very obvious it's coming, basically. That's how the Soviet artillery strikes work. Second IS-2. Now we have 2 IS-2s operational. Definitely feel the Germans are going to be in a little bit of a trouble at this rate. So much artillery. IS-2 leading the way. Going in for the Panther. Killing the Panther in one shot. It's been immobilized though. So that IS-2 is in a pretty precarious position. That said, the Soviets have enough people here to defend it, I feel. 85 took a good penetration shot there. Second IS-2 has arrived though. Ooh, and the Tiger might be in trouble here. As the IS-2 can win against the Tiger. Panzerwerfer firing. Probably around here. No, it's aiming for the artillery still. Oh, Stukas though, almost killing one of the IS-2s. Actually immobilizing it mostly and destroying its gun, so the Soviets are in trouble. There's still one IS-2 that's very operational, however. Truck going up here to quickly try and repair. Artillery being called in. Repairing the engine and wire. No, it did not manage to repair it. If-45 ace down. IS-2 still operational. Artillery is not good enough against it apparently. Yeah, the Soviets need more infantry in the field. Especially on this flank. Tanks always need infantry support, remember that. Tanks are not that useful on their own. Another Panzerwerfer shot. Again aiming for the Soviet artillery area. Or attempting to. The IS-2 is still very hard to deal with, but the Panzerjägers are coming up with the pack supports. One IS-2 down. But the IS-2 will bounce most shells coming in at long range, as we can see. Tiger's ready again. I think the Soviets need some more guards infantry to support. Or just some Frontoviki. That IS-2 is still scary though, even on its own. What's going in for a shot, isn't it? Yeah, one shot is all it took. Tiger down. Like, don't underestimate the IS-2. It is really scary. Flying it with its huge gun. Soviet artillery is also starting to get very big in numbers, which will definitely start to be a big problem for the Germans. The Soviets scale really well into the late game. Looks like the Germans are doing an infantry assault though to try and make some ground. They probably knows that the Soviets don't have any infantry. Now the German infantry to advance pretty effectively. Rock down.
We have lost one of our armored vehicles.
I suppose shell loaded on the IS-2. Almost killed that Panzer Grenadier. KV-8 is being prepared though, and I think that's a crowd mower? That's a crowd mower, yeah. Specialized Trafniki trying to push up as well. Threatening the fuel point. Or fuel deposit. That's 4G moving up to intercept. Trafniki being cut down there in short order. They're also trying to scavenge the wrecks for fuel. Those actually have plenty of fuel, actually. ESS anyway. Both Germans actually have plenty of fuel. KV-8 is arriving, however, alongside the crowd mower, so the German infantry is going to have a little bit of a hard time. Especially with the IS-2 for support to deal with tanks. Rest of the front lines are really moving. So the Russians might be shelling the front line. Here comes the Soviet heavy armor. And we'll have this Panzer 4G trying to push up against all the scissors. Stuka hits the Soviet tanks, destroying them. Good utilization of the Stuka there, waiting for the Soviet tanks to be somewhat clumped up. That's why I also need infantry support, it looks like. The Stuka is a really good artillery piece at dealing with clumped up tanks. Pretty intense match so far. Not sure where that shell is going. Looks like it's revolving around the planet. Well, that shell might actually hit something. No. Evidently not. The B4s are ready though, they just need a target. And Chems need more munitions. That's probably why they've been dropping in munitions all the time.
Fresh guards troops are standing by.
Because they need to keep applying the munitions pressure on the Germans, who have plenty of stockpiles at the moment. Panzer is once again advancing because there's not enough infantry to counter them. There's the crowd mower though. As we can see already cutting into them. Shredding them to pieces. Quad 50 cals provide us a lend-lease for the Soviets from the Americans. Also utilizes an anti-aircraft weapon. But I actually think is its intended purpose. It's just quad 50 cals will just pierce through anything when it's fleshy. Hat's just pushing up at MKB-42s and Gewehr-43s. But out in the open, they're being cut down still. I think the Soviets need more tanks. Just cheaper tanks will still do. A tank is a tank. There's laying some Regal mines, good choice. That'll prevent the Soviet heavy armor from making a comeback if it reaches this far. Because the Regal mine, I think, is guaranteed to immobilize a tank. Target tank being prepared. Munitions airdropped in. And I don't think the Soviets can even make a push for the center here. That's just many Germans with weapons. Even grab Soviet weapons off the ground like the Maxim Tukarev and the DPM. Looking a little dire for the Soviets now. It's completely turned around. A good job to the German players of turning this around. Alright, trying to get a shot in that half track. Shape charge loaded. Ooh, almost getting the half-track there. There are a few rifle shots going on in the center. But it mostly looks like the fight is somewhat dying down. Yeah, I don't think the Soviets can make a comeback here unless that IS-2 really is... Oh, wait. I think the B-4 just hit something important.
T-34 ready for combat.
Because the B-4 is scary. That's for G with some Tiger tank support though, and T-34s are finally arriving for the artillery division again. B-4 here is sitting around here evidently. Looks like it hit there. Need to be very cautious from these Soviet artillery pieces. Looks like the Germans gonna make a push for the center. Tiger tank leading the way. Rocket artillery soft. Oh, immobilized by artillery shell. I don't think the Germans expected that. That's gonna lay a hammer on their plan. Ram going out. But saved just in time. But the Soviet artillery is just a problem. IS-2 getting up here to try and get a shot in. Germans are still trying to push through here. Well, the artillery shells are still going out from the Soviet side. E down. Mthis opening fire. Probably aiming around here. Yep. You always want to use the Mthis against the heaviest tanks.
Another vehicle has been lost in the defense of the Rodina.
At this point, the Soviets surrender, surprisingly, pulling back. Well, this was quite a match. I hope you all enjoyed. And I'll see you in the next player one. Bye-bye.